Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for each of you for being here. I welcome you on the forum from the forum of Women Forum, facilitated by Ministry of Women. On behalf of that, I welcome you all. Today, as we promised in last session, that we'll be hosting series of sessions where we as a platform of Women Forum will be covering stories of students which we see as this working in other students, but their stories are worth listening to because they have so much that we can learn from. So last time we had we covered story with our senior, and this time it is with Oumie Njie. As you all know, she is former president of International Students Association. And before we can start, I warmly greet every one of you. And as you all know, that at Women Forum we try to work on activities and try to make efforts that enhance capacity building and skill building and skill development of women at our campus. So it at a large it adds to the work we do at Student Union. Though we are still in our infancy, and we need to work more, but as we are growing more and more, so we are learning from our work that we do. So as journal, we are trying to make it a platform that facilitates and more make the experience of students here and enhance their their experience at the university. So today, before you, I welcome our dearest Oumie Njie. She is former president and the first female president of International Student Association, and she's certified. She's already graduated and leaving us soon. But before she leaves, I think we have so much that we can learn from her, not as academically, but there are so much that we can learn from her as a person, because she holds much more than just a personality. So welcome, and thank you, Oumie, for giving us time at our platform. So if I start from you as a person, I know we talked about it before, and you shared a bit of your life journey as a student until the day you are leaving UIII. So there are so many things that we can cover. So before starting from academic journey, so will you share your experience as a student, because we know you as a ever charming, strong personality. We see you as being everywhere, and we just cannot even doubt that you might be struggling through stress or academic or non-academic stress, but you go through so much. But even then, you have this smile, and whoever comes to you, you have the best advice to give to the student, and you're not discriminating or some. So there could be many assumptions that, oh, Oumie, she's the way she is. She's very extrovert. She's strong. So, but it takes a whole journey to become a person that everybody sees you. So, starting from your experience as a student, so can you unpack that for us?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for having me here, and thank you, Anna. I know that you struggled a lot before this happened.
Yeah, we have prepared we have been preparing for this session for like over a month now. And I was afraid that if we, even if we'll be able to do, because it was so much of a struggle, that because you were supposed to leave soon, and I was like, no, we have to do this last session with you, because it is important for us, for this forum too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And we are finally here. We are finally here. Thank you. I think I don't need to introduce myself because most of you already know me. For those that doesn't know me yet, I'm Oumie, the former president of International Students Association, and I'm also from the Gambia. Yes, a legacy that I will not forget. Okay, so to start, me as a person. Yeah, it's not going to be difficult to describe myself as a person and my journey as a student. Everybody know that Oumie is not an introvert. Yeah, whoever know me, you will know that I'm not an introvert. I try to interact with everybody. And my journey as a student actually started from Banda Aceh, not in UIII, because I studied my bachelor's degree here in Indonesia, Bachelor of Law. And at first, when I arrived in Indonesia, I never heard about Aceh before. And it was a bit challenging for me to live in a community that is fully Sharia. But then, Alhamdulillah, we are here, and Aceh actually holds a very important place in my heart because I really enjoy that place, that I really enjoy that environment. But I was not actually exposed to the diversity of UIII because I was the only female international student of the whole faculty. I can remember we were only 2 international students in my faculty, and I was the only female, the first female international student of that faculty. So I was always with the locals. I learned a lot from them. That's the reason why I can speak Bahasa Indonesia. But coming to UIII actually prepared me to be strong and to be a critical thinker, because I can remember my very first day class. That was the very first day I elaborate my whole life. Because imagine being late. Classes started from September, and then I arrived here on November. The first class I attended, that was the very first day, and the lecturer asked me a very critical question in that same day. So I told myself, wow, so this is UIII. I thought that it was going to be easy like how it was in Aceh because it was not that challenging. But then I learned that I told myself, after all this luxury and everything, I have to be strong. I have to shape my personality here. I have to stood up for myself, and I have to be brave enough to overcome all the challenges in UIII. And imagine being in a class that you are with different nationalities, Asian, Africans, Americans, Europeans, though we don't have it in our faculty yet, but still you will meet them outside campus, right? We all have different opinion when it's come to international law, international politics. All of us have different opinion. So we learn from each other. And through that, I get to realize that this university is not only about learning through books, but it's about learning through our own personalities. And sometimes you will overcome challenges. I did overcome some challenges, but then those challenges actually shaped me to be myself, to be strong, and to tolerate so many things. So I can say that UIII is a diverse community, despite the name of the university, because at first I was having some doubts to apply to the university because of the name, because I was thinking that, oh, this might be a madrasah university. But then I did some research, and I dig into the profile of the lecturers of my faculty, and I get to know that, okay, maybe this is a place that I will grow up in this place. I believe that I will grow up in this place. And I didn't regret the decision, because I get to know that despite the name of the university, UIII doesn't discriminate no matter your race, your color, your religion. So yet still, yeah, I remember that I'm not only a student, I'm also an international student, and being an international student always comes with a responsibility, because you are not only representing yourself, but you are representing your own country as well as your culture. So that's why as an international student, I always believe that no matter where we are, we should remember that we are representing our own country. Any little mistake we did is actually going to jeopardize the name of our own country. So me as a student, a very cheerful student, I still remember I started my classes on Thursday. I arrived on Tuesday. Wednesday was campus free in force. So I attended class on Thursday, and the next day on Friday, everybody was calling my name. Almost everybody know my name. So I was shocked, like, how did they all know me? And I didn't even know their names. So I was like, for example, if I met any of the students, hi Oumie, I would just be shouting, hi Sayang, how are you? That's why I call almost everybody Sayang at the university, because I don't know their names and I don't want them to feel offended. Okay, why Oumie doesn't know my name? I just arrived. I was new, but then I was already famous, because the very first day I arrived, whoever met me, hi, where are you from? I'm from the Gambia. We interact. That's how everybody get to know me. And that is me. That is my personality. I'm totally like open. I mingle with everyone. So my experience, my journey as a student was actually wonderful. And I cherish this alma mater. I really love my alma mater, both my alma maters though, my alma mater from Shakwala and my alma mater from UIII.
Sticking to student, because I want to learn more about you as a student, because because you said you were a law student, and that was the first time you took on an other country as a student. So first as a law student, then shifting to as a political science student, both as an international student, and that too you shift like continents, and from perspective of student, I'm more interested in knowing that we as a student come to an institution with lot of assumption, expectations, and burdens. Maybe it's the burden of our assumptions, and in the burden of what we have learned from the last institution. So it's already a personality shaped in ourselves, but then you come to a new institution, it teaches you and other things. So I would like you to elaborate or tell us more about this shifting or shifting of experience, because this transformation from being a law student, I suppose it's a completely different journey from being a student of politics, and also for me is interesting that you did not change the country. You stayed in Indonesia. So would you tell us more about that experience, because you as an international student shifting academic subjects, and then how it shaped you, because we are here to know more from your experience as a dad, and then how it is shaping you as a person.
Okay, I'm glad that you asked that question. In that part, I believe that Pa Phillips is the one that saved me, because he was one of my interviewees at that time. He asked me, Oumie, I said yes. He said, why did you shift from law to political science? And then I was believing that, as a law student, maybe political science, especially specializing in international relation, is quite similar to law. So I will actually overcome this challenge. I will be able to cope. But then after I explained everything, Pa Phillips told me, this is the mistake of so many students, especially graduate law students, believing that international relation is related to international law. Is somehow related, but also very different. So you have to prepare yourself. You have to reshape your critical thinking, because as a law student, sometimes you only focus on the court, the law, human rights, but politics is more wide. So he actually told me to prepare myself, not to believe that, I'm a graduate law student, especially international law. I will be able to, international relations will not be difficult. And I actually realized that when I first arrived, because my first class was theory of international relations. That was my first class. But immediately when the lecturer asked me a question, it was somehow related to law, but the question was too deep to an extent that I forget everything I ever learned. So since then, after I returned home, I decided to read, to understand theories more, because law is all about constitutions, articles, sections, but then international relation is more into theories, how you will develop your own theory, how this theory is going to help you into this, into that. So I decided to read more, to know more about all the theories of international relations, to delve deeper about these international politics, because in our time, like, we were blending things, doing both comparative courses at the same time international relations courses. So you have to dig both sides. It was actually difficult. I still remember there were nights that I could not sleep. I was crying the whole night, thinking that, asking myself if I will really be able to complete this. But then I remind myself that I can do it, no matter how hard it is. I will be able to overcome these challenges. At first, to be honest, it was not easy at all. It was not easy. It was very difficult because we have very critical lecturers. Lecturers like Pak Phillips, Pak Faisal, Pak Siro. And at that time, I was also doing statistics my first semester. Imagine, like, being a law student, the only time you have to see numbers is in inheritance law. That was the only time I was able to see any numbers during my bachelor's degree. But then imagine a full semester, you have to deal with numbers, have to find theories, writing response papers. At first, I never knew what response paper was about. I just think that, oh, I have to read this and go to class, explain my understanding. But I get to realize that I even have to criticize the author that wrote the article. So I was just coming whenever I have to explain about my response paper. It seems like I'm just summarizing the paper. But then my lecturers told me, you just have to do it like this. Try to criticize the lecturer. Find a point that is missing. Something is actually missing. Try to find the big question. And even after finding the big question, you have to bring the answer of that question. So it was critical. But then with time, I was learning. And now I'm thankful. I'm thankful that at least I am able to read, understand the paper, criticize the paper, and which was actually an achievement for me, Vanis.
That was the first year that you mentioned. Then came the final year. And then you decided to become president of ISA. And we cherish your journey. And whatever you gave to this association, it is going to carry out. But you were the person who near so many things. So moving on, I want you to blend these two things, or because you already mentioned some things about yourself as an international student, but as an international student, and then as a president of, I will emphasize female president here. So how can you start for that experience? Because I think it came with so many challenges, yet it was an exciting journey. But it is different perspective as we for us seeing you as a president, and for you being president, and leading this association, which was firstly established, and I think it was the first of all the associations that were followed by that association. So I think I can just imagine the burden or the responsibility it had to take. So how did that experience started? And I think there are so many things that we can see you as a leading person, but then as a group too, because that association is still serving international students, but it is following what you pioneered things over there. So yeah, you can blend those two experiences you in final year, you know.
I think my journey as the president of International Student Association, and that too the first female president, was the most difficult part of my whole learning journey. Because imagine being a lady, and yet still there are some people out there who think that women cannot lead. Why her? Why Oumie? Or why Amna? While there are other boys out there, big man talk. I still remember when some of the students were calling me, asking me to just go for the president candidateship. Until the last minute, they were calling me to submit my CV. I end up submitting my CV. Some people were there campaigning, and I was hearing like, who will want to vote for her? Why is she going to lead us? She's a girl, bro. Just imagine like that gender discrimination. So since then, I decided that, okay, this ISA is not only an association, it's a legacy. A legacy that was poured by the first cohort of the university, international students first cohort. They decided to build this association, and they call it a legacy. People out there are doubting that I will be able to take this association further. But then I decided, okay, as a lady, I'm not only the president. Okay, since then I decided that as a lady, I'm not only going to serve as the president of International Students Association, but I want to be a role model. I want to inspire and encourage other ladies to participate. Because they can do it, you know? We can do it as a lady. Like this 50-50 thing that some men are actually trying to run away from do exist. Because imagine the whole association, we were only 3 girls. I, Iman, and Amina. Only 3 girls. Among all those boys. Sometimes it's really difficult, really stressful. Sometimes it's very difficult, very stressful, because I have to blend between learning and handling issues of international students. There were moments that I even met some people, they are like, Oumie, do you think that you can handle this? Do you really believe that you can do it? I'm not even encouraging you. Just give up. You can just sign out. I was like, oh, I can do it. Are you sure you can do it? Yes, it's too stressful. International students complain everywhere. Yeah, but this is the right time to prove to them that as a lady, I can do it. And as a women representative, we can do it. Because if I fail, how can I just open the door for the other girls to participate? I cannot, right? So I decided to, even if I have to fail one coursework, which I don't want, because I really try to blend everything. But I prefer to fail that rather than failing as a lady, failing as the first female student. And with the coming of all new associations, everybody was, especially at that moment, because the moment I become the president, at that very moment, SU was about to be established. And they were like, you see, immediately when SU arrived, there will be no ISA anymore. And I know Oumie, look at, as a female, how can she just fought for ISA? She cannot do it. But then no one knows what happened behind us. We fought, not I alone, but along with my executive. They helped me also. My executive members, they never see me as a female leader, but they saw me as a leader. They believe in me. They always encourage me. Sometimes seeing students arguing or students bashing me directly, they were the one. They were the one to support me. They stood by me. They supported me, and I'm really grateful that I have the privilege to work with them. So my journey as the female president of International Student Association is never easy, because every student do have their own needs and their own demands. Sometimes I receive messages that is like commanding me, not even asking me to do. I know that I'm their voice. I should represent them everywhere, and I really try my level best to do that. Though I'm not going to call myself as the best president, because I know I'm not best. I know I might fail in some points, but then one thing is for sure, I really try my level best to satisfy each and everyone. There were moments that in the middle of the night, they have to knock my door to wake up so that I can assist some international students. And imagine writing your thesis.
That is the hardest part. I cannot even imagine.
Get ready, your supervisor is the toughest. I used to come to campus every night from 7 to sometimes 3 or 5 a.m. The moment I think that, okay, it's time for me to rest, another will come. Oumie, you have to do this. Oumie, this student this. Oumie, this student that. So I was like, why me? Why me? At some point, I was even regretting to be the president, but then I remind myself, you are not only representing yourself, you are representing all the international students, and most specifically, you are representing ladies. If you fail, you will not give them any good inspiration. So I told myself that no matter how hard it is, I know I'm stronger than this. There are people that believed in me. That's why they voted for me. Though it's not always 100%. But then at least 75% trusted me with this role. And then I'm really grateful to those people. And I really hope that inspire some ladies. And I believe that I hope that the next president will be a lady too.
Yes,
I really hope the next president will be a lady. Maybe we can have some girls there, some guys here.
That's why because elections are coming, and that's why it's a crucial time that we have to manage this event at this time, so that we have all the lessons that would be crucial for us to lead. Because you as a role, personally, I see you as a role, not as a Oumie Njie, as you see as I see you as a friend or some. But you leading this role of a president has more, because sometimes I think about you, it's more like inspiration than impressing, So sometimes it's your qualities of your personality that impress somebody, but then it goes next level, so you start inspiring. So I remember the first time I met you, it was like all the other people are telling me, okay, she's the president of UIII, she does but that it's you observing another person as how she carries herself. And the last time that changed my perspective about you was the moment that I attended your defense, and that was momental, because I think that was decisive for me to choose Pa Faisal as my supervisor, because and that changed my the way I saw you, because it was only you as a president of UIII, you are doing all the things for students, but I did not know how you are doing academically. But that was a room, you gave me the answer that you are doing very well academically too. So it confused me more, because so how are you managing all the things? We cannot, we cry over 3 response papers a week if we get more than one, So given that, the next thing that I want you to give us more about UIII. Like, you have left UIII, but as I said, that you were the first person pioneering so many things for the association. But what legacy that you see for UIII? Because this is again the students who are going to lead, and this is again the students who are going to do things along with their studies, So, but the legacy of ISA, doing facilitating students and their legacy for a campus as a whole. So how do you see that?
Satisfying students is never easy, but you would just have your own strategic way to cope with everybody's need, because you can never satisfy everybody. And like what you mentioned right now about me as a student, I always remind myself that I was a student first before becoming the president of International Students Association. I arrived here as a student, so I must leave as a student, not as a president. I will try to give my best to the association, but I will also prioritize my studies because I was here for that. And having Pa Faisal as your supervisor, you can never escape. So whether you like it or not, you must focus on your thesis. So as I mentioned before, yes, I really don't want students to view ISA only as an association, but as a legacy, because ISA is the voice of international students. ISA is not only like an association, is like a family, because no matter how difficult it is, we will all come back to ISA. So I want everybody to know that you all have a place to lead this legacy, not the association. Don't just not only for the name, just because I am the president of the association, just to be called Madam President, Mr. President is not enough. You have to lead with integrity. You have to lead with responsibilities. Whether you are a shy person or you are a quiet person or a loud person, you always have a place in ISA. You always have a place in ISA. So let's make this community a diverse community. Let's make ISA our first priority, because it's our family. We have ISA before anything else. Is not only being part of the executive members, because as long as you are an international student, you are automatically part of ISA. Sometimes, right now I'm a general member, I might need something, I can go to any other international student. That is ISA, right?
Yep.
It's not only going to the executive members. As long as you went to another international student, you are still within the circle of ISA. So let's try our level best to continue this legacy. And I don't know, whoever will be the next president, try your level best to at least know that, yeah, all the other previous presidents try their level best to hold this legacy. So just do the same, follow up, because it's something that you will not hold forever. You are just going to pass it by. So I want to sit and reflect back and still know that ISA is still existing. There is still ISA in UIII, not just like leaving for 2 or next 3 years and I will be hearing, oh, ISA doesn't exist anymore. That is going to be a failure to all of us from the first cohort until the next cohort. So a message to the next president, I don't know who the next president is going to be, but know that you are not only leading an association, you are leading a legacy, and is a responsibility. It's not only by name or trying to impress people. At the end of the day, you are representing students. You are not representing yourself. Whether you like it or not, they are your boss. The members are your boss. So try to fulfill their needs. Sometimes, like, because of certain circumstances, you will not be able to fulfill each and every student's need, but then at least try your level best, because you are the voice of international students. How can you just sit and to be called Mr. or Madam President without being able to fulfill the need of international students? And no matter what it takes, please, let's try our level best to continue this legacy. UIII is growing, and the same way UIII is growing, let's continue and try our level best for ISA to be growing like with UIII, because ISA is the first association. ISA is the first association. All these other associations, faculty association, any other association came after ISA. the first cohort discuss with the rector. They try to establish this. That's why pick up everything is easy, because back then I think the first cohort was picked by the driver only, but now you have a full team that is guiding you, do so many things. So please let's try our level best to at least save this legacy, to continue with this legacy, because ISA is a family that all of us will once benefit. You cannot just sit and say that ISA doesn't have any use, or ISA had never helped me. As long as another fellow international student is helping you, obviously is all within ISA.
Okay, we're running out of time, but I would focus on 2 to 3 things more. As a student, we go through so many stations of life. First, we are bachelor student, then master student, then we go doing extracurricular activities, and we take up on roles that teach us so much of things, and and those are the things which shape our personality as a whole. So we make perceptions and our own opinions about things. So I would really like to know about your thoughts on certain ideas, or certain your ideas on certain things, which are important for us to look after. I cannot leave you without telling us things that you believe about leadership, because we see you as a leader of ISA, and even though you leave, but you have the traits that as a person that we can learn. So yeah, your thoughts on leadership first, because with leadership, as a student, you have friends, you have colleagues, and then you have your personal bias and etc. So because you're not on a formal position, but even though you're keeping yourself objective. So yeah, how all the experiences have shaped your opinions about leadership?
Leadership is never easy, actually, but then especially in terms of decision making, because yeah, that is the hardest part. But then as a leader, you always have to remember that in terms of decision making, you don't have a friend. You must put all relationships aside and think what is best for the whole community. You have to take fair decisions. You always have to consider the betterness of everyone, not only one specific members or one specific group of people or your friends or anything. If something doesn't favor your friend, but you know that it favors the whole community, like what we say, majority carry the votes. So no matter what, no matter how hard it is, how difficult it is in terms of decision making, try to put all relationship aside and work according to the constitution of your association. Because that's why I said as a law student, I always have to walk through the ethics. In terms of decision making, only the constitution is your friend. You are not friend with anyone. You are not friend with A, you are not friend with B, you are not friend with Z. Only the constitution is your friend. You have to walk by the constitution. Things that doesn't favor the whole community should at least be avoided. Just because those favor your friends doesn't mean that it favors the whole community. And when you are actually wearing the suit or the coat of the president, you are the president. Outside that, yeah, you can be everybody's friend. You can be close to everyone. You can just go back to your normal life. But when you have to step in as the president, you are no one's friend. You are not from... You have to forget even your own nationality. You have to remember yourself as a leader, not as a specific nationality. I'm from this, I'm from there, I'm from that. And this is my friend, that is my friend. No. This specific person is my friend, Amina is my friend, Aisha is my friend, or anyone. You have to remember yourself as a leader. As long as you are called the president, forget about every relationship that is going to jeopardize your decision. That's it. So leadership is all about fairness. You have to be fair in terms of decision making and represent your members very well. Because just being the president doesn't mean that you are above everyone. You are here to fulfill the needs of the students. So it means you are their slave, not only their boss.
Yeah. And secondly, as I say, teamwork is the dream work. But what do you say about teamwork? It is essential. Yeah.
If you want to call yourself president, call yourself a president outside your executive board. Inside the executive board, try to work as a team. You cannot just take all by yourself or try to take all the credits, because each and every member is given a role. So, for example, I as the president, or let's say the IPRO, who's the most active member of the executive, we are all students, right? We are student first before being part of the executive. So imagine one of your member is busy in class, is actually in class, and there is an information that need to be sent to the members as soon as possible. I'm not just going to sit and say, oh, I'm the president. I'm just going to wait for my IPRO to just deliver this message, or I'm going to wait for anyone else to deliver the message. I have to step in as a president within the executive. But then, even if I have to draft a message, do everything necessary, let us do it among executive. And then later, you can just copy the message, send it to your IPRO, and he will just have to copy it and paste it. So you always have to call for a teamwork first. You cannot just take all the credits or just sit back, wait for any other member to do their roles. Outside the executive, yes, they can differentiate who is the president, who is the vice president, who is this and who is that. But within the executive, always try to remember that we are a team. Because at the end of the day, it's not only the president is the executive. If I fail as a president, the whole executive fail. If any of the member fail, the whole executive fail. So teamwork is the best thing. Always try to involve everybody, because everybody have a role. You cannot just give them the role while just leaving them hang behind or doing everything on your own. Try to involve everyone. Let everybody feel themselves within the executive.
Yeah. Lastly, it's related to our forum. I like to know your thoughts again on the notion of strong women. There are some stereotypes, not that pleasant ones, but there is something related to this title. Who is, though she is strong, but it takes it threatens something when this strong woman comes to room, but she's more than what she feels, so yeah, how do you see that? Because you walk and people see you as a strong woman, but but yeah, it comes with responsibility, but for others it's just a title. But yeah, you as a yeah, simply your thoughts on it.
Actually, this women forum is the best thing that ever happened to IIIU. I still remember during campaign, Aisha was asking each and every member why not have that she haven't heard anyone mentioning anything about women or anything about a women representative, and which was actually a very good thing, because within all these association, we never had a women forum before. And when I knew that there was a women forum, I was over the moon. I was very happy, and to know that at least there is a specific branch that will represent women. So it doesn't matter whether you are strong or weak. Every woman is strong. Every lady is strong. As long as you live with your identity, you are fully strong. We are all alpha ladies. We are all alpha women. No matter what, being quiet, being shy, being talkative, we are all alpha women. We are very strong, and don't care what other think thinking that, oh, she's too independent, she's too bold, she's too strong. Of course you have to. Why will you be dependent? Or why will you even think of people saying that, oh, she's too independent? I don't want to be dependent my whole life. Of course I want to be independent. And I'm encouraging each and every lady to be independent. We have a role model over there, Adama. She's very independent and encouraging us to be independent. So why? Why just care about people saying that, oh, she's strong? Of course I have to be strong. It's a pride to know that as a lady they are calling you, they are actually calling you strong. It's a pride. It should be a pride. It should not be something to be ashamed of. No. We are all alpha ladies. Whether you know it or you don't know it, we are all strong and we can lead. Let's believe in ourselves. We should inspire each other. We should actually encourage each other. We should be our own strength. We should not be our own weaknesses. So this Women Forum is something very, very, very good. And I will advise you guys to do more, no matter how small it is. Because I remember you were telling me, oh, a small community, a small branch, blah, blah. Every big thing was small before it. So you just need to grow it. You just need to encourage other ladies out there to be part of it. Like what you are doing right now, trying to have session with each and every lady. And there are some ladies that you can call. Later I will give you their names. Don't be surprised if they invite you to this place. Know that I was the one who asked Amna to call you. There are so many potential ladies out there, some with extraordinary experiences. And I really hope that they will sit in this chair and inspire other ladies, because you cannot just see Aisha sitting there and you are like, oh, she's just a student. No, she's having something behind that you don't know. We all came with something. And look at Adama over there. You will think that, okay, she's just a student. She just came to study. She's a leader. And even through during my leadership, I learned a lot from her. She's also one of my role models through it. All the ladies over here, I know that they have something behind. I know that, and try to interact with them, try to talk to them so that you will see them here. You will be surprised. I'm telling you. You cannot just see their CVs. I received so many messages yesterday from students asking me, when did you become CPM? When did you become CPM? Do you know CPM, a certified professional mediator, when? So some of them even have to come to my room to check whether I have the certificate or not. I did the training. I took an oath. I have my ID. I have everything. But then, just because of this, yesterday you just posted, that's when people get to know that, yeah. That's why I ask you, try to check each and every lady's CV here. You will be shocked. You will find something that you never knew before. So try to interact with them. Try to know, because they have lots of things to deliver. They have lots of women to inspire out there. Because I know some of us are just hiding behind. But we all have the potential. We can do it. So let's try to support each other, to inspire each other. We can do it. We can do it. No matter what, we can do it. Don't just be saying, oh, they will be saying, I'm too bold, I'm too strong. You have to be strong. You cannot be weak. Why? For what? For what reason? So just continue the legacy, and please, again, try to approach others.
Yeah, we are going to continue to read their reviews. You would be shocked. Okay, lastly, we, not as women or girls, it's a general human thing that we see others, the way they carry themselves, and we just get so inspired that that maybe I can be the way he or she is. But it comes. But what we cannot do is by telling ourselves that, okay, she or he is the way he is. It was her upbringing. It was just an environment that shaped it. I cannot be it because the way he carries himself or herself. But what do you think? Is it the last time we talked about is about it? That it's your personal values that you grow up with. But then you go to places and you learn things from your experiences. So, it is always not an excuse for yourself to give that I cannot have the trait that I like in another person to have it. It could be confidence. It could be, pursuing the dream. It could be passionate, but we just being too intimidated, and we just feel so short about ourselves that we cannot have it, because we just give this excuse for other person that I cannot have it because this person he has lived through it, but it's not the case in my views. So yeah, what would you? Yeah, it's the last thing. So what do you see it? Is it a personal trait that you live by, or is it's an experience that you can have at any time of your life?
I remember telling you last night that you are telling me like there are so many students that are saying, oh, I want to be like this, I want to be like that. One thing is for sure, always try to be yourself. No matter where you are, don't try to copy anyone else. We all have our different personalities. You can see a very silent person, but very knowledgeable, very bold, very strong deep down. And you can actually see me being so talkative, seeing myself everywhere while I am so weak inside. This is actually me, is my personality. I'm not trying to copy anyone else. I'm not trying to be anyone else. It's actually okay to have a role model. It's okay to have someone that is inspiring you, but that doesn't mean that you will just leave yourself behind only to try to be someone else. No, I'm not actually encouraging anyone to try to be someone else or trying to copy someone else. Try to be yourself. It's okay to interact with people. It's okay to make friends. And I know she's going to laugh, yeah. But then I remember someone always saying, no matter what, you have to set boundaries. Boundaries is important. It's very important. So this is actually me. Since my childhood, I've been like this, so cheerful. Everybody know me in my neighborhood. I'm everywhere. I'm not trying to be anyone else. But no matter how close I am with you, I have boundaries to set. And luckily, I also have someone that always remind me that boundaries are very important. So no matter what, try to be yourself wherever you go. And the most important thing, let's try to respect each and everyone's point of view. You cannot just force your own point of view into someone else. Let's respect each other is very important. I cannot say A and you believe that B is B and you want to force me to believe that B is B. If I believe that A is A, okay, respect my own opinion, respect my point of view. And I will also learn to respect your point of view. That's why I said that I learned to be so much tolerant in IIIU. Because not only trying to respect myself, but I'm also trying to respect each and everyone's opinion. I'm not trying to offend anyone. And you can handle all those things if you set boundaries. The moment you set boundaries, of course, you can handle everything. You will not try to disrespect anyone, and no one will disrespect you. I can laugh with you. I can talk with you. I can help you in any way possible, any way that I can. But then that doesn't mean you will just step out of that boundary. No, we are still into that boundary. So no matter what, try to be yourself. It's okay to make friends because at the end of the day, we only have each other here. Though our families are behind us, but then we have each other. Before we are able to get in touch with our family members, we have our classmates, our floor mates, our friends that we are close with. So no matter whether you like it or not, we have each other. Even if we are worst enemies, I can never see you suffer. Someone else can never see me suffer. At the end of the day, you will think that we are all human beings. and we must support each other. So always never forget also where you are from, because as I mentioned at first, as an international student, as a specific individual, because even local students, they are not only Indonesian but part of some part of Indonesia like Java, Aceh. You are representing yourself, your region, and your culture. So whatever we are doing, let's consider that any single mistake will jeopardize the whole country or the whole name of the country. So let's remember that, especially international students, we are not only here to represent ourselves, we are here to represent our country. We are here to represent our culture. And let's respect each other's nationality. Let's respect each other's culture. Let's respect each other's point of view. And that's very important.
As I said before, we as a women forum, we are still in our infancy. We have a long way to go, and we have so many things to learn. But as you leave this platform, what would you say specifically about our forum? Because there are so much of things we as members have to launch. We have to learn as a person, as a role we carry. So yeah, your words for us.
My words for you guys is continue to grow, continue to inspire women, because yeah, you were doubting yourself yesterday. We are too small. I don't think we can do this. Sometimes it's hectic, but then always remember you have other women behind you. Continue to grow, continue to inspire women, because this is the only thing that we have, including myself as a woman, as a lady. This is the only thing we have. So continue to push, to continue to push through, continue to call other leaders here, because every lady is a leader, being at home, in campus, everywhere. So I'm really glad, as I mentioned before, that we have a women's forum that is here to not only to fight our rights, but also to remind us that we also matter, and try also to collaborate with any other association or any other institution you believe that is going to help women grow. Try to associate with them. I remember UIII launching a new branch of to help students, facilitate students that are going through stress, through mental issue, everything. Just day before yesterday, try also to collaborate with them, because sometimes as a lady we are afraid to be judged, especially by society. So having this women forum is the best thing that could ever happen to us. But then not only having it only by name, you have to make it grow. You have to don't only stop within the executive. Try to consult other members outside. I told you, some ladies out there just don't want to see themselves everywhere, but they have lots of things. They can give you lots of advice, lots of ideas. Don't only stop on this talk. You can do so many things. So continue to grow, and I believe that knowing that Isa will grow, at the same time I will know that this women forum will grow as well. So I'm really glad, and congratulations once again for this.
Okay, everyone, on this beautiful note, we are ending our conversation with our dearest Oumie Njie. Oumie, you were president here of ISA, but you envision former, but you're going to be touching upon opportunities which you say you may believe are bigger than you, but we are seeing you as a president of Gambia. We are seeing you president of other associations. So we wish you all the best luck, because you have so much of potential. Wherever you go, you shine. And for everyone in this room, thank you so much for joining us. And on this note, we are concluding and promising that next time we are coming with yet another exciting story from within us. And yeah, again, we will have so much to learn. And on this note, thank you so much.